Hello, my name is Dr. Ed Carlson. And today I'm going to speak briefly about the power of several words in the English language. The first one is the word should. Now, most of us are familiar with the word, right? But I would like to ask, have you ever used the word should in a positive way? And have you ever known anyone in your relationships, in your life, ever, that has been able to use the word should in a manner that leaves them feeling more positive? I dare say you probably haven't. I know in my life, I never have. To me, the word should, used in past tense, tells me I had the opportunity to act in a certain manner. Once I'm busy beating myself up, I should have done this. I should have acted in that manner. I should not have done this or that or whatever that happened to be. Either way, it's in the past, isn't it? Can I change that? Can you change it if you're thinking about it yourself at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? I should have. It's a wasted emotion. It almost always creates feelings of regret, remorse, shame, nothing positive. So, if you take nothing from this tape, drop the word should from your past thinking. You didn't do it. Forgive yourself, learn from it, and move on. Now, how about using should in present tense? How did that work out? Well, let's just say you're talking to a friend and you're talking about a situation you are currently faced with. You say, I should call that person and apologize. My question is, why don't you? Either do it or don't. What does should do for you there? It makes you feel weak. It makes you feel ambivalent. And it keeps you from making a decision. Either call them and make up, or don't call them and decide to move on with your life without that person as part of your life. You're allowed to do either. The situations are always different. Maybe the right thing to do is not communicate with that person any further. But maybe the right thing to do is to actually call them, apologize for whatever maybe it was you said, talk through the situation, and you almost will always feel better. So don't should do something now. Do it. If you're speaking to someone, don't say, I should do this. Say, I'm going to do that. When? If it's appropriate, right now. If not, maybe later this evening or tomorrow when the person is off work or whatever the situation you're dealing with becomes something that you can actually fix it. Don't should do it. Do it. Finally, should comes into play with future reference as well, right? So I am imagining myself walking down the street and I see someone being bullied, someone being assaulted. I think to myself, I should do something about that. Maybe I'm afraid of getting hurt myself. Possibly I'm concerned about getting involved. Well, rather than telling someone I'm speaking to, I should do this or that or whatever, I would state, if I were to observe such a thing, I will call 911 if I happen to have a phone and the situation warrants it. I will act in a manner that I see appropriate. If it seems as though the person needs assistance, I'm going to do my darndest to provide it. I don't claim to know what the results will be, but I do know this. When I speak about it in that manner, it allows me to take back my own feeling of personal power. I know that if I'm faced with such a situation, that I know how I want to act. And because I have not used the word should in description, I say I will do this. It gives me freedom to do so. So, more positive results, wouldn't you agree? Now let's move on to the word would. You'll notice the similarities here, right? Would is a difficult thing to use in the past. For the most part, you could say I would have, but since you didn't, you probably would say I should have. So would doesn't really apply in past situations. However, it applies more to future. It comes along the lines of, well, I've been given an opportunity to start a new business. I would love that opportunity, and I would act on it immediately. Well, that's a positive use of the word, okay? However, if, on the other hand, you use the word would rather than use the word I will, you tell me the difference in the way it makes you feel. Go through it in your head just now and say, okay, I'm faced with an opportunity. I've been given an opportunity to start a business. I have the finances, I have the wherewithal, I have the passion for the job or the business. What will I do? I will act. I will take out the loan if I need to. I will contact folks. I will hire employees. I will go get the licensure. Not, I would do this. Would implies that maybe you won't do that. Would implies that maybe you're just dreaming and you're really not going to act. See the difference? Words that you use have power more than you can imagine. So would is another word that I would state is something you really should just set aside. It doesn't really help you. And there are much stronger terms that you can use that allow you to act in the manner you want to, giving you better opportunities and better choices. Finally, and I'm sure you know where I'm going with this, or I would think so, is the word could. Well, okay, can we use could in the past? Yeah, could, kind of like would. I could have intervened when I saw that person getting injured. I could have started that business. Affairs of the heart, I could have gone after my ex-girlfriend when we broke up. I could have apologized to my friend. A lot of things I could have done. Is any one of those positive? No, obviously not. Every one of them, again, brings up shame, regret. We're right back to the same stuff, aren't we? Not positive. It's in the past. Let it go. Don't use the word could. Pointless. Now we're in present tense again. Okay. In this case, let's just say I'm helping a friend and something happens that he needs a little extra assistance past what we originally thought. Maybe I need to give an extra day of labor for working on something. I can say I could help him, but this is a minor thing, but let's say something more significant. A relative needs money, or maybe they need a plane ticket to go somewhere, or someone needs help because of a medical some problem, an emergency of some form. You can talk to your friend or to yourself and say, I could help. But what does could mean in the present tense here? It means that you're not certain, doesn't it? It means that you're unsure. You're giving yourself an out. Either do it or don't do it, but don't waffle in the middle. The waffling makes less of you, it makes you uncertain, and it leaves you open for regret. Make a choice. Make it with the best decision processes you know how. Gather what information you need to, but act. Don't tell yourself I could. Either do it or don't. You'll be amazed at the difference in the results in your life if you act in this manner. Finally, with respect to the future, the same thing can pretty much said about could, should, or would. At the end of the day, the use of any three of these terms with respect to the future makes you seem ambivalent, weak, indecisive, and not certain of how you would act in any one situation. The fact of the matter is, your words have power. You need to remember that. My name is Dr. Ed Carlton. I hope you got something out of today. It was a pleasure.